Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got a great blend for you guys today, and it's something that's I'm a little bit wary of because, as you guys know, I don't like Earl Grey. But today's blend is an Earl Grey tea, and I'm gonna be fair. Like you guys know, I try to be as impartial as possible when talking about certain teas. However, before I get into it, I do have a special announcement. There was a reason why I wasn't able to stream last week. It's because something came up. And that something came up is the newest member of our community. Oh, Suki! Yes, that's right, we have a dog. And she is the sweetest, most precious little thing ever. And she is going to be joining us tonight. Hopefully she'll behave for the most part. She's been climbing up on the table. Suki, down. She's been climbing up on the table and trying to make her debut. So you might see her pop up from time to time. But yeah, hey Angel, hey Heidi. Well, I think that's Angel. I can't tell I think that's Angel. Hey, Angel, welcome. And I think Ma popped in there too. Welcome, everybody. I'm seeing, you know what? I just realized I can't read my comments, and that's not good for business. So let me tune in real quick and make sure that I don't miss anything. There we go. Hey, Sneha, Angel, and Ma, welcome. See, I am seeing the comments now. Oh, I need to mute. Hey, Angel, mute. There we go. All right, there we go. So, back to the tea at hand. So we're doing Free Your Tea, which is a tea subscription service. And we're doing Citrus Earl Grey. Now, you guys know I'm not a big fan of Earl Grey. Earl Grey is usually a type of tea that either you love it or you hate it. Suki's in her crate. Yeah, she actually likes it in there. And of course, that's where the squeaky toys are. Of course. So, anyway, that's what I'll be dealing with for this week. But it's a good thing. She's very well behaved, so I felt very safe having her roaming around in the background. Okay, so anyway, talking about Earl Grey tea. Earl Grey is actually a black tea from China that is flavored with bergamot. So what they do is that they dry out the bergamot. They either spray it onto the leaf or they powder it, and they apply it to the leaf. Now, this was created in 1824, and it's said, the legend behind Earl Grey tea is that Earl Grey went to China, and he discovered this tea, and he brought it back to England, and claimed it for himself, and he even named it after himself. However, there's two things that's wrong with that story. One, at the time, China only produced green tea, not black tea, so that was a discrepancy. And the second fact is Earl Grey has never been to China, so the entire legend is completely false. But people like to tell it anyway. It's a little bit of a joke within the tea community. So starting off, we're going to go ahead and start with the scent of the tea. Now, this particular blend is really heavy on the bergamot. If you're not familiar with what bergamot is similar to an orange, or more likely a tangerine. It's usually about yay big, and it's very citrusy. Kind of on the they use it in a lot of in a lot of shampoos, so you get a very fruity, flavorful palate. However, there seems to be a kind of genetic disposition. Either you love it or you hate it. To me, it tastes like shampoo. I have learned to tolerate it. However, I do have some milk on the side, which is what it's normally served with, and some sugar. So, just as a backup, in case I struggle a little bit, which is possible, but I have built up a bit of a tolerance, so I should be able to drink it no problem. But we'll see. So, judging by this, first of all, it's very citrusy. I'm hoping that they have a list of, there's no, all it is tea, blue mallow blossoms, bergamot, and citrus flavoring. It doesn't say what citrus. Suki, she's popping her head up here because she's very, very curious. No, don't start sniffing around. Because then the health inspector is going to come and be like, she's going to shut me down. But anyway, so we have, it doesn't say what kind of citrus, so it might be orange, it might be lemon, or it might just be straight up bergamot on top of bergamot, which would explain why it's got such a strong citrus smell. It smells a lot like shampoo. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit nervous when tasting it because the taste has an effect on my palate. Let's see if it's been a while. It's been a long while since I've had Earl Grey tea, so let's see if that tolerance still stands up. So here we go. Oh, first of all, we gotta look at the liqueur. It's not showing up so well on camera, but from here it looks very, very rose red. Like it's a very deep red, almost purple tea. And I'm not sure if you can see, there's a lot of reflection from the light, but you can see my hands all the way on the other side. At least I can from this end. So it's a very clear but dark liqueur. And I'm actually surprised the scent in here is more flowery than I'd expected. I was expecting more of a citrus, more of an orange bergamot kind of smell, but this actually, I'm getting a lot of the blue mallow from this. I mean, I'm getting a bit of the bergamot too, but not as much as I was getting from here. Oh, and also, I gotta show you guys the blend itself. Let me just pull out a little bit. So I'm not sure, you're probably not gonna see that little bit. There's a white thing in here. Let me see if I can pick it out. There's a white, amongst the black leaves, there's a white little floral piece. You can see that right there. That is the blue mallow. This is the only flower that looks like it's in this blend. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take my first sip. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so, I mean, once again, this is just my genetic disposition, but it's very bitter. It's very shampoo-y. It's very strong. Very astringent. It's very soapy to me. Again, like a lot of people who like Earl Grey, a lot of people who are genetically indisposed to not picking up that shampoo flavor, they love it because all you get is like black tea and citrus flavor. However, as I talk, I'm at a bit of a disadvantage. Hey, Viva, welcome. You just missed the puppy. She's right behind me. I'll move over a little bit. Puppy's there. There she is. I'm picking up a lot of that shampoo flavor, and it's kind of making me gag a little bit. And at disadvantage, like as I speak, I taste it over and over again, and it's hitting me really, really down here. And it's kind of tickling a gag reflex a little bit. Now, since I have drank this a lot in my day, I've built up a tolerance so that I can. What am I drinking tonight? I am drinking citrus Earl Grey. And I'm having a difficult time doing it. But there are some things that you can do to fix the flavor a bit. Now, traditionally, you're supposed to drink it with sugar and milk, or cream and sugar. So I'm going to do just that in a moment. But first, I also found a discovery that's my personal favorite. The only way that I would drink it as a choice would be to add some lapsang souchong in it. The smokiness really cuts down on the shampoo flavor, and it does wonders. I actually love. That's like the only way I'll drink Earl Grey. I actually love that combination. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some milk. Lots and lots of milk. And sugar. This is a rare sight, folks. I'm sweetening my tea. You guys rarely see it. But I think I think because I'm genetically disposed to tasting that shampoo, you guys will forgive me this time. It's like, milk helps with the shampoo taste? Yeah, it actually does. Milk, sugar, cream, honey somewhat. Even blending it in different teas like the lapsang, that helps a lot. Anything that really helps diet down a bit. Because like if you're like me and you have that same genetic fix, it's going to be strong. And if you're not used to it, I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, that's a lot better. Is the Earl Grey that tastes like shampoo? Is it the Earl Grey that tastes like shampoo? Yes and no. It's the bergamot in it that has a citrusy taste, but it's also got that aftertaste that gives it a soapy flavor. And I think that that's part of why it's harder for me to drink this particular blend. It's because they added bergamot and then that citrus flavor, which I'm assuming is more bergamot flavoring. So they double down on it, and it kind of makes me gag a little bit. I am not a fan. But from people that have drank Earl Grey and they love it, they love it. You know, that becomes a go-to tea for them. I unfortunately, like, I want to like Earl Grey more than I do. But it's just, I can't, you know? I mean, that's just, it's the way of the world, I guess. But to be fair, that's just the bergamot. The rest of it is just blue mallow and black tea. And if you like black tea, then great, you know, like, that's not the part that tastes like shampoo. So I say go for all the black tea you like. Well, no, I take that back, because there have been studies that black tea in large quantities can give you what is it called? Kidney stones. It can give you kidney stones, so you have to be careful with the amount of black tea that you drink daily. But you would have to drink like between 5 and 10 glasses a day for years and years before that becomes an issue. So there's a very minimal chance that that's going to cause the kidney stones, but it's not zero. And this is a lot better. I'm getting I'm getting the citrus from it. I'm getting the flavoring, and it's actually quite nice. Now that I put the milk and sugar in it, it's become more of a creamy, almost chocolatey kind of flavor. I'm getting like kind of a hot chocolate with orange in it. Um, and it helps that the blue mallow is in there because that mallow uh, gives it like a very sweet, very soft flavor to it. I just wanted to pop in and say hi. Have a great night. Off to bed early. Okay, have a great night. I'm glad you were able to stop in. Be sure to come back at the end of the video whenever you want to watch it and catch the rest of my review. But yeah, I mean, for what it is, it's hard to say, it's hard to say if it's well balanced, only because I don't like the balance of it. Because black teas are notoriously difficult to flavor. Excuse me, because they're really strong, and whatever you put in there, you have to be careful that it won't get overpowered. But when you do find something that you like to flavor with it or blend with it, go for it. Like it's I always encourage experimentation. Bergamot does just that. But if you don't like bergamot, it kind of throws off the balance by making the bergamot too strong against the black tea. And that's what I'm having a little bit of trouble with right now. The fact that I'm already like kind of gagging a little bit from the taste of the shampoo. Now that I sweetened it, it's a lot better. But it's not completely gone, because like when you first drink it and it's a slow burn. It stays in there for a while. But I will say the milk has made it very, very tolerable. And it's bringing out more of the floral than it is the bergamot. And I think that that's very effective in kind of like distracting your tongue away from that shampoo flavor. I'm still getting a little bit of that. Is Earl Grey a winter tea? I mean, it can be because of the heavy flavor, but like it's not distinctively a winter tea. Like when I drink tea in the winter, I go for the spicy ones, like the masala chais or the bonfires or lapsang souchong with a little bit of a kick, liquid kick in the face. Perfect example. Whenever you're congested, you get that liquid kick in the face, and it does wonders. And I love. I'm sure. Yeah, I think I reviewed it already. I probably did it years ago. I have to check my list. But yeah, like I stand by those flavors during the winter because they're meant to warm you from the core. This doesn't have any spice in it, but it does have warm flavors and those heavy earthy flavors. I would probably like to experiment one day, maybe put some cinnamon or some mint in an Earl. Well, let me backtrack a little bit because now I'm thinking what it would taste like if you mixed shampoo with toothpaste, and that doesn't sound appetizing. Yeah, sometimes my mad scientist is a little too mad. Ooh. I'm getting as it cools down, this is gonna sound a little strange, but I'm getting kind of a Fruity Pebbles cereal kind of vibe to it. It's got that Fruity Pebbles sweetness, but I'm still getting a little bit of that shampoo flavor. It's not as heavy as it was, but it's definitely still prevalent. Yeah, Ugg is right. I assume you're talking about the shampoo and the toothpaste. I mean, I'd be down to try it. I'm not gonna lie. I get into these moods where I mix all these crazy things, and very rarely have I been like wrong to do it. I think one day, behind the scenes, I'll go back and do that, and we'll see how it ends up. But just the idea of mixing toothpaste with the shampoo is gonna be, that's gonna be fun. But anyway, I digress. So, I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor for questions and comments, anything you want to talk about. Now's the time. I'm going to answer Teresa's question first, as I usually do. What would I pair this with? This one is a very difficult one for me to answer fairly, mainly because that bergamot flavoring is just awful. So I would pick something as strong as possible to cover it up, I mean, milk and cream and sugar, that all goes well. So if I'm going to pair it with the sweetened version, I would probably pair it with like something strong, maybe like a grilled steak or a nice smoked salmon. Something that has equally strong flavors, so that it kind of like disguises this a lot. What else? I mean, like, it's hard for me to do it because I can't really picture myself drinking this with a meal, It's one of those things that's just like, why would you try? It makes no sense. Ice it? I mean, you can ice it. There's nothing stopping you, except if you like it or not. Me personally, I wouldn't. I have had iced Earl Grey before. Still didn't like it. It didn't do anything for me. I'd have to, if I were to ice it, I'd have to add the milk and lots of sugar alongside it. But, I mean, it can be done. Jasmine and Earl Grey, the flower alone might help, but jasmine is very perfumey. So that might just enhance the soapiness of the flavor too. And it can make it even more astringent. Not to mention that that jasmine is generally green tea. And if you mix a green tea with a black tea, the green tea is going to be very overpowered. So I would say jasmine the flower, yes. Jasmine the green tea, no. Ooh, excuse me. Oof. Ooh. It hit me in the wrong spot. If it doesn't really have health benefits, then why bother drinking it? If it's so bad. Well, you see, that's the thing. It does have health benefits. It is, at the end of the day, a black tea, which has all those same health benefits. Plus, bergamot has health benefits. It has vitamin C. It's anything that you would get from a citrus blend. A citrus fruit. You would still capture those health benefits. And it's not that the tea is bad. I'm just coming from a place where it's not my preference. Like I said, Earl Grey is very difficult to describe if you don't like it. And it's easy for any reviewer to say, I don't like it, so it's terrible for everyone. But that's just not true, because there's tons of people that I've talked to that actually like Earl Grey. They are crazy in the head, but they like it. And, who am I to say that they're wrong? So I'm trying my best to judge the quality of the flavor by exiting my own personal preferences to it. So that's why I haven't said that this is a bad tea. I just say that it's not my flavor. It's not my cup of tea. Captain Picard loves this. Yes, Captain Picard does, but Patrick Stewart does not. I love that fact. So I'm more like Patrick Stewart than Captain Picard. Well, okay, he's not crazy. I mean, kind of the stunts that he's had to pull, I beg to differ on that one. But honestly, this is, I would say that this is a good quality tea, if not a little bit unbalanced and a little bit strong on the bergamot. But for people who like bergamot, that wouldn't be a problem. It's not a bad tea at all. I just have an adverse reaction to the ingredient. So every time I've only done maybe 3 or 4 Earl Grey reviews in my career, and I've always tried to remain. Viva said it tastes like shampoo. Yeah, it does, because she's that genetically, she's on that side of the genetic spectrum, and like I said, people are on either one side or the other. I've known a couple people that actually really like Earl Grey, and they'll stand by it. They would ask for it if I had it. These are people that I used to work with. And I would say, yeah, I have some here. I was like, go ahead, take it, drink all you like. And I would specifically buy it for those people because, I love making tea and I love providing tea for people. Even if I don't like it, they do great. It's somebody, there's a market for it out there somewhere, So I'm not hasty to say that this is terrible. More like, if you like Earl Grey, if you happen to be on that genetic spectrum where you like Earl Grey, and you can stand the extra bergamot, go for it. This is the tea for you. Is it the tea for me? No, it's definitely not. It smells nice. I would keep it in a bowl in my room and let it act as like a potpourri. But would I drink it? Not really. Not if I had to do it without like the milk and sugar. But nothing wrong with that. We all have our preferences, and I completely support whatever you want to try. I would at least say that you should try it, just in case you're on that side of the spectrum that likes the bergamot. You made a tea discovery, like this. That's something to be grateful for, because now you know what you like and you can pursue that line of flavoring. So by all means, I say go for it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor once again. Questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, now's the time. I don't have any announcements. I do have stuff coming up, but I don't know if I should mention it yet because things are still in the works. When that time does come and everything is set in stone and 100% completed, then I'll make that announcement. A few of you in this room, actually, technically, of the 3 people that are here, all of you know what I'm talking about. So, I'm talking, like, this message is for the people that tune in afterwards, or whoever tunes in on YouTube. I do have stuff coming up down the pipeline, so be excited because it is some pretty big stuff, and I will announce it once everything is 100% in the bag. Oof, okay. Anyway, so looks like we're out of time. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. This has been an interesting experience. I haven't sweetened tea in a long time on camera, so it's good to get back to my roots. So until next time, have a great night, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye.